So there's this movie that's so bad, it's great. Now, it could have been The Bottle of Cap or My Inner Female that truly loves fantasy romances, but this one right here is a special kind of stream it. Let me explain. So there's this, well, I guess this is like the one time I can 1000% say it has no gender, because it's a person named A who's been waking up in a different person's body every day. Like, since it was a baby, they took different poops in different infants, and it's not until it's like 6 years old that A ends up going, wait a minute, I'm not like everyone else. From the few rules that the movie gives you, A pretty much goes into a body of anyone that's like within a 20-mile radius, right? And it's always someone who's around A's age. There always happens to be enough people in the town, I guess, so he's never the same person twice. He has till midnight in that body before he just hibernates until 7 a.m. the next day and gets a new one. And if he ever wakes up in a body that's taken a flight from like Arizona to Detroit, well, he now lives in Detroit. One day he ends up as Justin, who's that kid running scared in the Jurassic Park trailer, and he meets up with his girlfriend Amy Adams Jr., and A falls in love. Real Justin's actually a jerk, so it's hilarious the next day when she's like, oh my goodness, her date was so good, and he was like, bro, was I drunk? A continues to swap into different bodies around town, except for the blind kid, which he wakes up as blind kid, and in the movie he literally just rolls back to bed. But he tries to find a way to meet up with this girl who he has fallen in love with every day. And then finally he decides, you know what, I'm gonna tell her the truth, which makes her go, you kissed me? Without my consent? Eventually she's like, oh, okay, it's cool, it's fine, since A's a nice guy, and she decides that they're gonna try to make this relationship work every day. She breaks up with her boyfriend, pretty much ignores her friends since, you know, they'll never believe that she's dating like 20 million people. And even Bailey Pickett, post-Disney, is looking at her sister like, girl. See, this girl ends up getting jiggy with like the entire cast on IMDb. Like, if they dated for a month, right? She's dating A and A swapping around in bodies. She's straight up making out with like 30 different dudes or dudettes who are complete strangers to her. Here's why I thought that was excellent. Remember this girl's complaining about consent, which I guess only matters if it's happening to you? Cause she's getting smashed by dudes who, in all honesty, are being possessed by A and having their bodies used. So they're gonna wake up the next morning just going, why do I smell like fish? I love how A keeps an Instagram account as well, where he's like taking selfies of everyone who he is. So it's like, if you want to get caught, this is how you get caught. They eventually even talk about how some people can actually retain the memories while their body's possessed by A, which is really messed up when you think about this one kid who thought he was possessed by the devil for a day. There's another homeschooled kid who got caught making out with this white girl, so he's grounded for life. She don't care. They had Chubbs over here miss his trip to Hawaii so they'd be together. And then towards the end of the movie, they decide, you know what? Let's just ruin this kid's life and keep his body for days. Wait, what? So it turns out the movie hits you with a new logic like halfway through, and A can stay longer in a body of someone who doesn't have the will to live. Like, there's a suicidal girl and he's able to stay longer in her body since, well, she's suicidal. But if you're using that logic, then wouldn't that mean that you would have less time if he's in a body of someone with a big ego who does want to live? Like Justin? None of that even matters though, because at the end he becomes Alex, the kid in the poster, for like a week. At this point, everyone at school is like, girl, you didn't smash 7 dudes a week, and you ain't even private about it. A eventually realizes that, one, he can't, like, I don't know, mentally kidnap this kid any longer, and he also realizes that when they get older and he's swapping out bodies, how are they gonna have a kid? It ain't gonna be his kid. How is he gonna come home a different person every time? Especially when if they're teenagers now and don't have that many responsibilities, him swapping out in bodies of adults with marriages ain't gonna make no sense. So they decide to part ways. Rihanna ends up with the real Alex, who all of a sudden isn't shy, and A decides to leave to New York, which is what he always wanted to do, to start a new life in the big city. But like, wait, you just messed up that person's plan and wasted their gas. Thank you guys for watching this video. As always, let me know your thoughts down below. This is that movie that if you didn't catch in theaters, catch every day on a stream it, right? Befriend your buddy Captain Morgan's and have yourself a great time. Other than that, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Any other movies you want me to cover, any other movies you don't know if you want to see, I'll check it out for you. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll make sure that Alex doesn't possess your body for a day.